Hello everybody, Isaac Illustrates here. Welcome back to Blast to the Past. So this video is going to be a little different. This video is going to be the first of a two-parter, since the last two videos were pretty long and I'm pretty sure that's why they've been performing terribly. So today, I'll be going through something I made when I was around 9 years old. I will be going through my really weird Mario books. So I actually, if you can see, I separated them by seasons. We got season 1 Toad, season 2 Luigi and Toad, and season 3 Mario, Luigi, and Toad. Although today, for this video, I'll only be focusing on the first two seasons. So yeah, let's get into them. No way! A book that I plagiarized! Okay, so when I was like 9, I had this Kindle tablet thing, and you can like download videos and books and stuff like that. I remember watching a lot of SpongeBob, but you gotta get back in topic. So one of my favorite things to read in that tablet was the monster at the end of this book, the Sesame Street book. Is like this. It's basically like Grover breaking the fourth wall for the whole book. If you haven't read it, I don't care how old you are, it's a pretty good book. So apparently 9-year-old me loved this book so much that I plagiarized it, as you can see here. The monster at the end of this book. Sesame Street, or anybody at Jim Henson, if you're watching this, please don't sue me. I was 9 years old, I didn't know what copyright infringement was. Alright, let's get to it. Hello everybody! Oh, I can't do a Toad voice. La la la. Wait, what did that say? On the first page? It said there was a monster? I am so scared of monsters. Listen, I have an idea. If you do not turn pages, we won't get to the end. So please do not turn the page. You turned a page! This shall stop you from turning pages. These are supposed to be ropes, but you probably can't tell. You turned another page! You do not know what you were doing to me! You can see like the ropes and the page tears. That's what those are supposed to be, by the way. You'll see like damage throughout the book, just like in the original. This shall stop you from turning pages. A wall! A wooden wall will stop me. Stop turning pages! Planes shall stop you. Okay, I remember adding this because I wanted to differentiate it at least a little bit from the original. So you got like planes flying all over, even though like that's kind of a dumb plan looking back at it. A brick wall shall stop you from turning pages. I will kill you with this gun so you won't turn pages. Okay, yeah, that definitely wasn't in the original, but that ain't gonna stop me. The next page is the end of this book, and there's a monster there. Please do not turn the page. Grover is the monster at the end of this book. Hi, Toad, how are you? That's my best Grover impression. The end, and goodbye. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was a brutal read. But wait, the plagiarism doesn't end there, because we have another monster at the end of this book, plagiarizing the sequel to the first book, as you can see right here. Hello. Hi again. Luigi, I am not going to the end of this book. There's a monster. Monsters are not to be trifled with. Luigi, do you not understand that there is a monster? Yes, Toad. Therefore, I am putting these paper clips to remind you that we are not gonna see the monster. Alright, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I built a castle to stop you. I want you to stop. Do it. Get him, stop him, helicopter. Get him, chainsaw copter. I like helicopters fighting. Luigi has a... I like how I put a slingshot in Toad's and a chainsaw in Luigi's. A steel wall shall stop you. You can do it. Yeah, because like in the digital version, you had to like press the buttons and stuff to open the safe. And I couldn't do that, but I tried to simulate it. Okay, we will go see the monster. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll fly, you walk. Okay, that's like such a, you got like fairy wings. Elmo, Grover. That's right, we are the monsters at the end of this book. See you. Oh boy. I wish I could say the pain stops here, but this is just the beginning. On the bright side, we're moving on to more original stories. In fact, I believe every other book should be original. The Cookie. This is hard. Whoa, they will like it. See Giant like putting the cookie down. I like how he just assumed they were going to like the cookie. But like, well, the question is, did he have Luigi and Toad in mind? That's what I want to know. Because like, I don't recall him or like Luigi and Toad having a Giant as a friend, at least not in my universe. Alright. Ooh, a cookie! I'll dig! Luigi tries biting in with his beaver teeth, but they end up falling out. Here's a basket. Thanks! So he's like separating the crumbs with the chocolate chips. I've dug for 2 hours. More to 40 hours. Even more. Good. I'm gonna die. And then they mix the crumbs and chocolate chips together and they eat it. They eat their cookies. Yum. Yummy. And their stomachs explode and the cookies come out. I feel better. And then Luigi eats the already digested cookies that just came out of their exploded stomachs. I was a weird kid. If you couldn't tell that already, I was a very, very weird kid. And Toad's his headstone is escaping. You can see Toad's dead body in the grave. He's starved to death. Oh, man. Now, smoking. Now, before you guys start getting all weird at me, I didn't know what smoking was. So, and this is very evident. So you're gonna see that. Hello. Hi, the Toad. Hi, Luigi. So you got like smoke coming out of their mouths and everything they breathe on just lights on fire, even though smoke doesn't work that way at all. Hi. They set a person on fire. Hi, building. Hi, the fire truck. Hi, the moon. The smoke is escaping his oxygen-filled helmet in space somehow. Something doesn't feel good. Okay, so the reason their stomachs are on fire is because they ate charcoal, and the charcoal lit on fire. That's it. Now the world is on fire because of Mario and Luigi. Curse you, Luigi and Toad. That's what I meant. Luigi and Toad go to Disneyland. Luigi's punching Mickey Mouse and Toad is about to beat up a princess. Although, let's be real, Toad would never beat up a princess. I don't think I knew that back then, though. We're in Disneyland. I tried separating like the main Disneyland and California Adventure. Got Red the fire truck. Okay, quick story. When I think one of the first few times I went to Disneyland, my dad and I wanted a picture with Red the fire truck in Cars Land, but like he was too loud for me at the time, and even when they like turned him off, I was too scared. Yikes! They're going down what is now Incredicoaster. I forgot what it used to be called, California something. Kissing booth gets to kiss Cinderella. Now that's something I know Disneyland doesn't have. That's definitely something I added on my own. And Cinderella doesn't even have a crown. Kisses Luigi above the mouth and below the mustache. He must have like a really big lip or something. Got Mike Wazowski scaring them away, even though he's kind of the least scariest monster. Then they're in Tower of Terror, and Toad's not wearing his seatbelt and somehow fell out between the ride and the gap between the wall. Then they're in Indiana Jones, and they're like goofing off, and Toad like jumped and hit his head on the boulder that goes above you towards the end of the ride. Then you got Toad like singing on top of Ursula and the Little Mermaid ride. Luigi's freaking out. I need to get out of here. Then as a punishment for goofing off, they're cooking in Goofy's kitchen. Now they're climbing a tree with Mickey and Minnie ears engraved into it. Now they're on Dumbo, even though I forgot Dumbo's ears. Now they're on Peter Pan with the flashlight, even though I'm pretty sure that's strictly prohibited. Now they're in the carousel, I think that's what it is. In the caged carousel. This is like a River Rapids ride. I don't think that's what it's called, but I know there's like a River Rapids ride at California Adventure, although I've never ridden it before. Now they're on the Jungle Cruise, the train. And now they're gone. They say it's the best day ever, even though like earlier pages kind of say that's the opposite of what happened. So they go from California to Arizona to Utah, even though I highly doubt Luigi and Toad live in Utah. And now they're sleeping in their bunk beds. Probably the most... Nah, that's not the most wholesome story so far. Okay, now things are getting really weird. Inside my stomach. I didn't know there was a Vor book. Stop, giant! The giant's eating them. They're going down his throat, and they land in the stomach acid, even though that should have burned them alive. The food is anthropomorphic, so they help him out. They build a ladder, and they're sticking thumbtacks into his esophagus. That would probably be extremely painful to like climb out. They leave the stomach, and meanwhile you can see like they're planting dynamite, and they blow up the stomach, even though the giant doesn't seem to notice at all. And then you can see like the smoke coming out of his mouth. Yeah, what a funny, very normal book. Alright, we got the last one. Inside My Toilet. This is probably worse than the last one. I think I wanted to do like an Inside My series, but I only made these two. Oh yeah, disclaimer, this book is a ripoff of Flushed Away, so yeah, probably should let you know. Get us out of this giant's toilet! Never. I tried recreating that one scene in Flushed Away where Rodney gets flushed down the toilet. Is his name Rodney? I think his name is Rodney. They go down and going through the pipes. So here's what I tried to do. In like the movie when Rodney gets flushed down to the toilet and lands in the London sewer, everybody like the city population are rats. So but in my version, the city population is a Luigi. Like everything's a Luigi. Like got this car. Got the girl Luigi. I think like a cat Luigi. Luigi pet shop. Luigi's like fascinated, but Toad does not give a crap. But then he ends up getting put in custody by a Luigi police officer saying his kind isn't allowed here. And then Luigi leaves with his Luigi dog saying he'll name him Todd. Could have used an extra D, although like naming him in Luigi would have been funnier. Then Luigi's like shocked to see that Toad is gone. Luigi threatens to shoot the security guard Luigi if he didn't free Toad. And then they swim back out of the toilet. Yeah, I can't express everything that's going on in my mind right now. I really can't. But yeah, that was season 1 through 2 of my really weird Mario books. Next week I will go through season 3, which has Mario in them. So if any fellow Mario fans are watching, hopefully you'll like those books more. But yeah, after the second part, I might cool it with the Blast of the Past, given how poorly they've been performing. It's a little sad to see, and a little bit it's kind of discouraging, but whatever like gets more views, I guess that's what I'll stick to. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you want me to do after like the next part, I'd love to hear your suggestions. I want to do everything I can to make videos people will actually want to watch. Like I'm open to all the feedback you guys have to offer. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. if you're interested in these kinds of things, I guess, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. And I will see you guys next week for part 2. So, toodles!